All right, I have the niddy noddy completely wrapped, and to get the approximate size of your yarn, this one comes out to between a lace weight and a fingering size. It's a nice handy little tool. And I counted all of my wraps as I went, and I ended up with 230 wraps around the niddy noddy, and that equates to about 460 yards. Now, to tie off your yarn, you're going to need 4 pre-cut ties. And I usually start with my side that I wrapped. I've my loose ends just to make sure I catch them. So what I typically will do is I'll take and separate it. Just run my finger down it. Separate it into 2 pieces. You can see here's the entire niddy noddy. And hold it with my thumb there. This tie, I'm going to run it behind, pull it through, wrap it back around, and hold it in the front, and then bring this one to it. And then just tie a simple slip knot. In this way, when I go to take it apart later, because I typically like to ball wind because I use a lot of my yarn for weaving. All I got to do is pull on one of these ears and off it comes. So once again, let me show you again how you tie it. Just separate it into 2 bundles. And this one I'm going to tie a little bit lower. So holding the tie in my right hand, run it behind, wrap around, and pull it to the front. Hopefully you can see that okay. I'm trying to keep my hands out of the way as much as possible. Now don't be alarmed if while you're wrapping your yarn onto your niddy noddy and doing all your counting, you may hear some like cracking sounds. There's quite a bit of tension on the wood of the niddy noddy as you're winding. So here's my one that I started with. So I'm going to kind of flip the niddy noddy over just so this blends in nicely into the back. I don't know, I just don't like to see things in disarray. So I try to tie those loose ends down a little bit. So starting from the right with my right hand, under the right hand bundle, around the back, and that tie is a tad short, but we can make it work, I believe. Come through there. Yep, we can make it work. It's honestly easier to lay it down and tie it than it is the way that I'm doing it currently. But I just want you to be able to see as best possible how to tie it. Now that one I'm not going to have enough room to leave a slip knot. The other thing is I don't tie them terribly tightly. You see there's a little bit of looseness because when you wash this, you want it to be able to dry well and have some air get into your yarn. So you don't leave like a wet spot where your tie is. It'll take much longer to dry if it's too tight. So just wrap it around it to contain it more than anything. That works just fine. And if you want, you can cut ties that match your yarn. If you're putting it into a competition or something like that, you may also want your ties to match your yarn. Okay. Okay, so now we got all 4 ties on. And as I said before, you've got your curved part on your niddy noddy, and then if you got your flat part. So obviously it's not easy to pull it off here. So in order to take the yarn off the niddy noddy, what you're going to do is slip it off this straight ear, just like that. And then you'll have your whole nice big skein. One other thing is, if you wish to, after you wash it and full it, you can take and tie it into a nice little skein. Just pull it out straight, start twisting it. Kind of hard to see on the camera here because the skein is longer than my point of view on the camera. But twist it a few times, and then you take one end and feed it through the other end to get a nice twisted skein. Okay, there you go. There's your niddy noddy all in a nutshell. Thanks for listening. Bye.